A woman who stabbed a teenage lover in the back with a pair of scissors whilst drunk has been jailed. Abbie Lucas from Whitstable in Kent downed several bottles of wine during a 3 to 4 day bender before attacking a 19-year-old friend with benefits after he stormed out during a row. When he returned to collect his belongings, Lucas used her long acrylic nails to scratch his neck before thrusting the scissors into his back as he bent down to pick up a shoe, leaving a 6 centimetre stab hole. The teenager was so badly injured that he had to be airlifted to King's College Hospital in London. Meanwhile, police found the 30-year-old hiding in the basement stairwell where she claimed to be for her own safety. She reportedly had glazed eyes, blood on her face, smelled of alcohol, and was speaking incoherently. The pair had only known each other for a few weeks, and Lucas's victim was staying with her in temporary housing. She told police officers she had blacked out because of her boozy sessions, but while saying she could be a nightmare, claimed if she had stabbed him, it would have been in self-defense. During her interview with police, Lucas said, "I love that boy. I don't know what the fuck happened, and I wish I did. I just wish it never happened. The worst thing is, I don't remember it. That's what's so frustrating." The attack allegedly happened after the pair went out in Herne Margate on August the 22nd. The teenager said he was cooking when he heard his lover being loud and abusive and screaming and shouting in the communal hallway. When he went to investigate, Lucas grabbed his neck and pulled his hair. He told the court he was not drunk but had smoked a joint or throughout the day. He said he lashed out in self-defense using his hand, doing just enough to get her off me. Yet when he returned to pick up some clothes, Lucas lunged with scissors and stabbed his back in. He said, "I didn't know that I'd been stabbed. I thought I'd been punched until I went to the other room. I genuinely thought I'd been punched. It was not even that hard. That's what's crazy. I just walked off with my belongings and carried on. It was only when one of his friends started screaming that he realised he'd been stabbed," he said. The bloody scissors were found the following day in a bush outside Lucas's home. During her trial in September, the prosecutor Tom Worden told the jury her attack had no justification. He said this was an unprovoked attack, stabbing someone in the back. Even if she were acting in self-defense, there can be no justification for stabbing the victim in the back, causing him such a significant wound, and the force she used went well beyond anything that might be considered reasonable in the circumstances of this case. After he was stabbed, the 19-year-old, who has since turned 20, said he went into a friend's flat in the same development. He said Lucas banged on the door and said, "You're fucked, you're fucked." During cross-examination, the victim denied the suggestion and Lucas had stabbed him in self-defense after an alleged altercation during which she was screaming for him to leave the flat. Lucas denied wounding with intent and the less serious offence of unlawful wounding. She was cleared of wounding with intent, but convicted of wounding during a trial in September, and she was jailed for 1 year at her sentencing yesterday at Canterbury Crown Court. Absolute madness, guys. And guys, in this next news story, a man who assisted one of two half-brothers who stabbed a drugs runner to death has been jailed for 2 years. Levi Kent, who's 22, may he rest in peace, was murdered by Aidan and Tommy West in Gosport in Hampshire in November 2023. The victim was attacked after refusing to allow the pair to buy cocaine on credit. Michael Figgins, who's 64, was previously convicted of helping 18-year-old Tommy West to dispose of clothing after the killing. The brothers were given life sentences for murder in October, whilst 5 other people were sentenced for assisting the pair and perverting the course of justice. Levi Kent was stabbed 6 times by Tommy West, the court was heard. When the attack started, the victim crashed his car into a wall and ran off with the killers in pursuit. The younger brother stabbed Mr. Kent again before Aidan West searched his body for drugs, it was heard. Following the attack, Mr. Figgins and Tommy's father collected the brothers and drove them around Gosport for several hours before the teenager handed himself in to the police. Figgins was found guilty of assisting Tommy but not guilty of helping Aidan West. Detective Chief Inspector Matt Giluli, the sentencing of Michael Figgins now brings this case to a close, with 8 people convicted and sentenced for the roles they played in Levi's murder. Officers worked diligently to secure justice for Levi's family by ensuring that not only were the 2 people directly responsible for Levi's death convicted, but also the network of other individuals who made efforts to assist the killers in evading capture, destroy evidence, or seek refuge. Once again, I just want to say rest in peace, Levi Kent, and our condolences go out to your family. So during the original trial, one of the brothers, Aidan West, he was sentenced to 28 years imprisonment for the murder, and his half-brother, Tommy West, was jailed for 21 years. And the story goes that they planned to rob Mr. Kent after he refused to defer payments for coke, and they met him behind a shop in the early hours of 24th of November. The judge says Tommy West was armed with a knife, while Aidan West was watching nearby and willing to provide support. Mr. Kent was stabbed in his car by Tommy West and crashed into a wall. The court heard how the victim began to run away but was chased by the pair, and the pursuit was caught on nearby cameras, and the judge said Aidan West could be heard searching for drugs and saying, "Shank him up, bruv, what you doing, bruv, come on, man." Tommy West reporter replied, "He's already been shanked up, bruv, what you on about?" Mr. Kent was pronounced dead in hospital, and a post-mortem examination revealed he had sustained 6 stab wounds, including 1 fatal wound to the heart. Once again, just want to say rest in peace. And in this next story, a man who stabbed another man to death in a cowardly attack has been jailed for 23 years. Kamil Mizraczkic, who's 24, was on a night out with a group of friends in Hull city centre on the 24th of March 2023 when he died of catastrophic blood loss after he was knifed in the chest by Brandon Thompson following a large altercation, prosecutors said. Thompson denied murder but was found guilty last month, and he had previously admitted a charge of violent disorder. 10 other men, including a former Hull FC academy player who were all acquitted of manslaughter, were also sentenced at Hull Crown Court after pleading guilty to violent disorder. Passing sentence to John Thackeray case, he said, "Mr. Kamil will pose no threat. Like some of his friends, he was entirely innocent in all of this from beginning to end. It was a wicked and cowardly act." Kamil died in hospital after he was fatally stabbed by Thompson and then kicked and punched 11 times by another man who goes by the name of Harry Price. He was found lying in the street just before 11:30 at night, and Kamil was taken to hospital but later died. Earlier that night, a kid who goes by the name of Corey, another one Jack, and another one Safwan had an innocuous encounter with a number of Kamil's friends at Silver's Bar. A confrontation with the group followed outside shortly afterwards, which led to Briggs calling another man Henry, who then mobilised the rest of the gang, with Thompson picking up a kitchen knife from a rented apartment to exact revenge. The gang later approached Kamil's group and attacked the 24-year-old. Following the stabbing, the suspects were caught on CCTV fleeing from the scene, with some entering a property before leaving a number of vehicles. Thompson was captured on CCTV with a knife in his hand during the attack and later threw it into the water surrounding Princess Quay shopping centre. Prosecution said the defendants were in a Snapchat group named Oysters, in which one of them, Harry, gave almost a running commentary to the others as to the police activity. About an hour after the stabbing, another defendant, Andrew, sent a series of messages which he told the group, "Bro, can't let all the boys get locked up for that. Come on." To which Thompson replied, "We're all going to get locked up no matter what." In court, Kamil's family read out a statement describing him as a wonderful person. He infected everyone with his smile and positive attitude to life, and since my brother was brutally murdered, my life has been unrecognisable. I've not only lost my brother but also lost my best friend and my pillar of support.